Namaste. There are two dimensions to human life. First is standard of life, and the other is quality of life. And there are two charts that are very significant. First is the ascendant chart, the second is the moon chart. Now you have to ask yourself, standard of life or quality of life? And your answer will come based on your level of awareness. So in this podcast, I have talked briefly about these two dimensions and how moon chart is extremely significant in the affairs of human life. And this is the first part of this series. In the following videos, I will talk more about moon chart, Lord placements and conjunctions in moon chart. So let's begin.
Moon signify mind. Human beings are ruled by their mind. When mind stops ruling over you, then you become the Buddha. Buddha is the stage of no mind. Buddha is not a name, it is a title that signifies the state of no mind. So until you become a Buddha, the mind continues to drive you, and hence moon chart becomes extremely important in the entire affairs of human life. All the planetary transits are precisely observed through the moon chart. This is because every time your moon is hit by some bad planetary transits, you seem to lose your patience and you seem to become more angry, more ignorant, and more lustful. The whole foundation of Vedic astrology is based on the moon sign, moon nakshatras, and transit of planets through the moon chart. Even the Vishomtari Mahadasha is based on the moon sign nakshatra lord. And so along with moon sign lord, the moon sign nakshatra and the moon sign nakshatra lord becomes extremely important. For example, if you are born with moon in Shravan nakshatra, then Saturn and moon become extremely important in your life, because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn and Shravan is ruled by moon. So Saturn and moon become extremely important. Similarly, if you are born with moon in Revati, then Mercury and Jupiter become extremely important in your life. Every aspect of your moon chart tells about you in totality, because 99% of human population identifies themselves with their mind. They think that they are the mind, when in reality Bhagwan Raman Maharshi says the nature of the mind is to wander. You are not the mind. But since majority of human population considers themselves as the mind, every transit that happens through your moon chart affects you more than anything else. No moon day known as Amavasya or full moon day known as Purnima also affect your moon chart. So all in all, it is the mind, the moon chart that predominantly rules over all other charts, for the simple reason that it is your mind that drives you. And so Mahadasha effects, Antardasha effects, and all the monthly and yearly transit of planets should be observed first through the moon chart, and then through the ascendant chart. Moon chart is what you expect, what you think, and how you perceive a certain subject or a certain matter, and it is all about your aspirations and expectations and your desires and wishes. In simple words, moon chart determine what you wish to be and how you wish to make an impact in this human world. However, the ascendant chart is a direct blueprint of your past life karmic records. The actual talent is seen through the ascendant chart. The actual financial progress is seen through the ascendant chart. However, whether you will be able to find happiness through this financial progress, whether you will attain satisfaction through this financial progress, is to be seen only through the moon chart. So, in simple words, the standard of life is seen through the ascendant chart, whereas the quality of life is seen through the moon chart. Standard of life is based on how much money you make, in which locality you live, what brands you use, which car brand you drive, and so on. All of this is seen through the ascendant chart. However, in spite of driving a luxurious car, in spite of making millions of dollars, in spite of living in a rich locality, in spite of using expensive brands, are you able to live happily? Are you able to find peace? Are you able to have a good night's sleep? Are you able to live with joy? Is there bliss in your life? Answers to these questions are to be seen only through the moon chart. If you ask any wise person, he will instantly say that to him it is the moon chart that matters above all. Because what is the point if I am having loads of money, loads of sexual pleasures, loads of power, and still if I am not happy, still if I am unable to find lasting satisfaction, if I am unable to find lasting happiness, joy, and bliss in my life? Shallow men and shallow women think that it is money, power, and status that brings happiness, lasting happiness. But a man who has been through all knows perfectly well that lasting happiness never comes through money, but only through inner growth. And so now we come to the most important point, the most significant purpose of human life, and that is inner growth. Inner growth is possible only when your moon chart is supportive. Please remember that your moon chart for this birth cycle is a result of your own past many birth cycles. So, if it is not supportive this birth, then you should make efforts from this birth cycle itself, so that in the coming birth cycles, your moon chart will start becoming more and more supportive to your real growth, that is, to your inner growth. This is how a flower blossoms. It takes time, but with consistent efforts, one day it blossoms into a beautiful flower. Now that I have briefly talked on the overall essence of the moon chart and its significance, in the following videos I will be exploring more and more about the various house lord placements, conjunctions that happen in the moon chart. I will be back soon with my new video on the moon ascendant lord in all 12 houses. Love you all. Stay tuned and remember to meditate and chant every day, as that is the only way to enhance the quality of your moon chart for this birth as well as for the future birth cycles. Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Guru.
ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः।